Hello. Today I'm going to read you another one of my very favorite books. The reason I love this book so much is because when I'm finished reading it, I always feel like I can be an artist. I can make pretty pictures too. But it doesn't start out that way. It starts out like this little girl's kind of sad. Well, the name of my book is called The Dot, and it's written by Peter H. Reynolds. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Oh, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good strong jab. There. Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." Vashti thought for a moment. "Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name." The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn. Her dot, all framed in swirly gold. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted. A yellow dot, a green dot, a red dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the red. She discovered that she could make a purple dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're really a great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle, and then she said, "Please, sign it." Let's go try to make some art. Okay, let's see if we can make some art using paint and dots like Vashti did. So I have my water, I have my little paints that are hardly ever used like Vashti's, and I have a little towel because sometimes you want to dry your brush so it's not so wet. But when you're first using these colors, you have to use some water in order to get them going. These are watercolors. When I use paints like this, I like to start with the lighter color first. That way, as I'm painting, if my water's turning a different color or I'm going to paint on top of it, the lighter colors go first. So I just made some dots. And I'm going to use orange next. Now Vashti experimented with different size dots. So maybe I'll make a little dot and a big dot, maybe another two little dots. Okay, I've got some orange dots. I guess red. We'll follow the same tones and we'll make another dot. Ooh, that came out big. So I'll balance it out with a little bit of smaller ones, maybe a middle-sized one. Oh, I have some red dots. Green seems to be the next one in line. Let's get this activated. Let's put some green dots on here. So I'm just painting circles. I'm trying to paint them all over the paper, not just next to each other. Just to give it a little bit of variety. A little bit of blue. Is this purple? Yeah. And some purple on here. I could use black and brown if I wanted also. I kind of like to stay with these brighter colors. So I kind of did a Vashti art by mixing all my colors and using different size dots. You could also do a big giant dot with a little dot or a smaller dot in it and little dots all the way around the outside. Or, do you remember in the story, Vashti made a dot by not making a dot. So what I'm going to do is, I've taken these little pieces of paper here and I've cut them out in circles and I just taped them on my paper. Now I'm going to take my paint and I'm just going to paint all the way, all over the place with the paint, starting on top of my circle and painting outward. Orange. Red. I try to use like 3 different times, 3 different places at least for each color, but I want to save room for other colors, so I gotta be careful that I don't take up all empty spaces with these colors. Love these colors. And one more. Purple. So I'm using purple now to go on top of the paper anywhere that I haven't gone yet. Okay. So I've kind of splotched it all around, painting on top of those circles and painting around them. Now I should wait till it dries, but let's just see what happens. We're going to carefully pull these off. And now I made a dot by not painting a dot. Well, have fun with your art. But just like Vashti, when you're finished, make sure you sign it. Thank you.